The Plank, presented by Ram, continues on ABC Action News Now.
Welcome back to The Plank. John Sable alongside Tom Korn. It's that time of the show to check in on our Ace social stream. And since the Bucs didn't get a win, we didn't get to see a Jason Light suit swim. Instead, we had this. Yesterday was an important game for the Bucs, obviously, from the playoff perspective. But judging from this internet meme, fans think they realize that the Bucs may be, well, look at this. When you're more hyped for the game than the team, that's outside of Raymond James Stadium. And when they came off flat like that, TK, yeah, that could be true.
Yeah, I don't think I could possibly stand in front of the media and say we came out flat. I'd have to say more to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there'd be a lot more I'd have to say to that. There'd be a lot more I had to say in the room without the media around.
That's true, too.
But there was one moment in this game. I thought it was at 4:21 left to play. Greg thought it was at 6. When I looked at it,
it was 4:21.
I think it was 4:21. Okay, Dante Dye had just dropped a sure first down pass on 3rd and 10. I mean, right in his mitts. The Bucs were on their own 44, and Levy decided to punt the ball away. Listen.
I thought we could back them up there and stop them. That's what I did. Second guess it right now. I make the same decision 10 out of 10 times on that.
See, this is
you
where
told me
I disagree.
Yeah, you told me, and you were adamant about that. That bothered you.
Oh, it bothered me. I understand. You're all going to say, well, what are you, crazy, Corn? It was 4th and 10. Listen, the defense wasn't doing anything.
No.
All right? New Orleans was able to punch kick them all the way down, and they've been able to pick up their 3rd down conversions. With 4:21 left to go in the game and 4:13 when they got the ball on the punt, you figure all they got to do is get one first down. That takes them to the 2-minute warning, and the Buccaneers, I believe, had only 1 or 2 timeouts left to go.
At that point.
At that point.
Right.
Okay? You're still going to find yourself in a really bad position. So why not take the shot? You know, sometimes you've got to get out of the norm. You can't just sit there and rely on what you've done, through the course of history because you think the percentages are better. Listen, in that game yesterday, there were no percentages because every time you did something good, somebody stepped on it.
Well,
right?
And not only that, but when you look at how that defense struggled, you mentioned the cornerbacks. Drew Brees just cut them up like a Thanksgiving Day turkey.
Colston.
And Marcus Colston, they couldn't guard Marcus Colston. The Saints running game without Mark Ingram, pretty impressive. I mean, Hightower stepped up. I mean, they got outrushed by the Bucs, but it didn't matter. Look how many touchdowns they scored. In that situation, you cannot punt the football. You can't. You got to throw the percentages out the window. You're looking for a slight momentum change. And yes, the Bucs had issues on offense, but when you had a defense that was A, that injured, playing B, that inconsistent, and C, lost at times, I mean,
I don't know.
Why not do that?
First of all, I don't like to hear that I would do that 10 out of 10 times. I don't think that's a thinking that you automatically premeditate yourself to make that type of a decision because every game and all that's encompassed before it makes your decision what it is.
Yeah.
And if you've already predetermined that you're going to punt the ball, to me, I would have gone for it, let it ride, see what happens because at that point, I just didn't have any faith in their defense, and I don't care where they would have put them.
You got to look at
this
way.
Put them on the 14.
You're right.
They still put them on the 14, and they ran it all the way down and killed the clock.
You're right, and you got to look at it this way too. This is not why they lost the game.
No.
But this just contributes to one of the reasons why, a laundry list of reasons why they lost the game. If they did somehow come back and win this game, would we be talking about that play? Probably not.
I think one of the things we would be talking about that we'd be talking about the fact these guys are still one game back.
Right.
Okay, and winning masks a lot of things. But even in their victory 2 weeks ago, there wasn't this penalty situation in which it totally destroyed their momentum. What we're seeing is in their losses, all the penalties that they're incurring is killing them.
Yeah.
It's cost them games.
Yeah.
It's cost them games, man. Washington game, this game. Heck, there's got to be a couple of other games.
Giants game.
Yeah. All right? You look at that, folks, and you would think that somewhere along the line they'd learn, but they're not. They haven't learned. And maybe because they're too young. Yeah. Maybe the rookies have hit the wall. Maybe the veterans have hit the wall.
Injuries will do that to you. And one last point real quick. You think they've turned the corner, but we just realized this team is just not there yet. But they've still improved a lot. They've already tripled their win total from last year. So regardless of what happens the last few games, it's still a little bit of a successful year in a way.
I know when you say that, I always say 2 times 0 is?
Well, it's 0.
0.
But
Yeah.
It's better than what we've seen the last 2 years.
It is. It is. I just don't. I'm sorry. To me, 8-8's mediocrity. It is what it is.
Yeah, but it's better than 2-14 last year.
Yeah. Well, that was a debacle. It's still mediocre.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to be right back, and it's going to be fantasy time with Matt McGuire. So stay tuned.